Hey, Mr. Abagnale, I'm doing a podcast covering the event. Such a transformational story. I mean, it's almost like unbelievable. How did you make that change? I know you talked about it on stage, but we would love to hear it.
I was very fortunate, first of all, that after serving time in France and then Sweden and then the United States, after my 4-year stint in the United States, the federal government offered to take me out of prison on the condition I go to work with an agency of the government and help educate law enforcement officers about fraud. It was just for the period of my parole, which was about 5 years, and then that obligation would end. When the 5 years were over, the Bureau asked me to stay on. I said I would stay as long as I was allowed to do other things outside of that, and I've done that for 46 years. So I owe the opportunity to them, but I don't believe I was a changed person coming out of prison. I think that having met my wife, and keep in mind that I had no money, I had no job, I was on federal parole, and I told her about my life and where I was, and I eventually asked her to marry me, and against the wishes of her parents, she did. She gave me 3 wonderful sons, 7 grandchildren, and that's really what changed my life. It was all about that.
One more.
Yes.
So for 6 years, you evaded the FBI, pretending to be a pilot, a doctor, a professor. But how were you able to do that if you were like sitting in prison the whole time?
No, when this was all I went to prison for all those things. Going to work with the FBI was after I came out of prison.
But I have your prison records right here, and clearly it took place when you were supposedly doing all these adventures.
Came over a period of time, not predicted in the movie. It had nothing to do. I didn't write the book. I didn't make the movie. It didn't have anything to do with the play. Those are people's views of what I did or didn't do at that time.
And you said you never heard any of the little guys. Did you ever repay the Parks or Mark Zinder for his money or anything like that?
Mark Zinder was a former employee of mine who I fired 40 years ago. He went to and paid a ghostwriter to write a book. I guess he has hard feelings about that. I hope that I'm judged on what I've done with my life, not what I did with my life 50 years ago.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Take care.
Sure,
Bye.
Yes.